We are living in an era where billion-dollar businesses are built overnight on the backs of personal brands. The game has changed, and the new rules of how business is being done is being rewritten as we speak. Now, this does present a generational opportunity for you to start your own wildly profitable online business, even if you're just starting from zero, so that you can work whenever you want, wherever you want, and with whoever you want. Now, you might have noticed that every single day there's another online personality that just suddenly goes viral and gets thousands of followers overnight and end up eventually quitting their 9-to-5 job to go full-time. And this isn't just a fantasy. Back when I was just starting out, I quit my 6-figure tech sales job to travel the world, built my YouTube following to over 300,000 subscribers, and built multiple 6-figure businesses to come along with it. This led me to permanently move out of California and into Vietnam to build my online business, and as long as I have an internet connection, a camera, and a laptop, I'm in business. Now, if you're here, chances are you're also thinking about how to start an online business or even build your personal brand. And if that's the case, I need you to listen very carefully. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can take advantage of this rising personal brand economy to start your own business with very little capital. Because building a personal brand is going to be one of the most beginner-friendly business models that you can start today, and it's what I and my clients have used to sign our first clients and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in income. And look, I'm not promising that you're going to be an overnight success and get the same results as me. Your results are going to depend on the effort that you actually put into your business. But what I can say is that the frameworks that you're about to discover in this video has been working wonders for myself and my clients and could potentially change everything for you. Now, one of my clients, V, who actually just joined the Founder X program and started working with me just over like a month ago, he messaged us in the group chat that we have, and he said, "Hi all, been in the Founder X for a couple weeks and just closed my $3,000 deal with my new offer since starting here. Pretty insane. And Patrick, thanks for helping me making this offer as good as possible," right? So literally just a couple weeks of working with me, got his first client, 4-figure deal, and he's gonna go on to do great things. In fact, a couple weeks later, he actually messaged me again. He said, "Patrick, just added 2 more students for $4,000. So that means he increased his price, got more students, and I'm on my way to close a deal with a company selling ice baths. If they agree, that would be another $20K. So literally just after like a month of working with me, now he's in the tens of thousands of dollars per month. Now, at this point in the video, you might actually be wondering, who is this Patrick guy anyway? Some of you guys might be watching my content for a long time. Some of you guys might be meeting me for the first time here, right? And that's actually a fair point. And to kind of get you familiar with who I am, over the past 7 years, I built my online personal brand to over 300,000 YouTube subscribers in the business niche. Now, not entertainment, not, joking around, like actually business, marketing, sales, these kind of topics, right? Very difficult to do. I've got over 15 million organic views since I started doing this, and over 180,000 students and clients that have been through my training programs. And because of that, it allowed me to create multiple 6-figure businesses, okay? Now, if you're here, you're probably looking for the best business model to start as a beginner, right? Because these days, everybody wants to work online, and you want to do this without having to work long hours and trapping yourself inside a business that you hate. You want to do this without dealing with the headaches of selling low margin physical products, and you also don't want to invest large sums of your savings just to get started and potentially lose it if you fail. And so in this video, I'm going to be showing you my 3-step business model that everyday people are using to break free from their 9-to-5 jobs, build their personal brands, and ultimately buy their freedom to live life on their terms. Now, everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, I'm speaking from with my personal experience of building online businesses for the last 7 years. Now, to give you a little background of who I am, right? After graduating from the University of Southern California, so this is me, back in the early days when I was just starting out, I, went to get a job at Oracle, which is one of the biggest tech companies and B2B sales in the world. And I went there because I wanted to learn how to sell, because in entrepreneurship, I realized that half of it is really creating a really good product and service, and the other half is learning how to sell it, right? So this is me back when I started with my little name tag and everything when I was in the sales training. And that's actually my cubicle, right? That I, worked at every day pretty much. And you can see my Lenovo laptop. It's like a cubicle, very typical of what an office would look like, right? Now, I knew it wasn't really for me, and I always wanted to travel to Asia and travel the world, right? And so after, about 2 years of, selling in Silicon Valley and at Oracle and tech startups, I basically left my 6-figure tech sales job to travel the world and live life on my own terms, right? And so these are some pictures of me when I started that journey. I basically moved to Thailand with my savings. I didn't have income at the time. I just went and took a chance on myself, right? So every day I would wake up, get a coffee at the little coffee shop, ride my motorbike to the co-working space, and then I would get my day started, right? Now, the problem I had was that I was having a lot of fun, but after trying many failed business ideas, living in Thailand and Chiang Mai and Vietnam at the time, right? I basically ran out of money and I had to move back into the spare bedroom in my parents' home. So basically I was traveling around for like 6 months, enjoying my life. And there was a point I was like, okay, like nothing I'm doing is working online. I have to like cut on costs, and I moved back home, right? So I remember one day when I was in my spare bedroom of my parents' house, I was looking at the ceiling, and one night I couldn't sleep, right? I was just staring at the ceiling, wondering if I should just go back to my regular job, because I've been trying this whole entrepreneurship thing for almost like a year now, and everything I was doing was failing, and I was running out of savings. I was literally down to my last $200, to be honest, in my bank account. And I remember because I was down to my last like $200 or $300 in my bank account. And I remember checking my, Bank of America checking account at the time. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I just like, what am I going to do? Right now, I could go back and get a, 6-figure tech sales job again, but it would kind of feel like a waste, because all that time and money I spent, betting on myself to buy the time to try something, it would just feel like a waste. Right. But I didn't give up. And so I really thought about what to do that night. And I thought, okay, what is it that I can do that can make money right away with the cards that was dealt, right? And I tried many different business ideas at that point, but nothing was really working. And so I thought, okay, let's switch it up and let's just do something that can make money today. And so I had the idea, what if I started to make content and build my personal brand, teaching the skills I had learned at my tech sales job, right? And I thought of this idea because I realized if I could potentially make 6 figures again as a tech sales rep, I obviously know something that is worth 6 figures. So instead of doing it for somebody and you're getting a regular job, what if I taught the skills that I already knew? And I knew that at the time, not a lot of people had that tech sales Silicon Valley experience. And so what if I just taught it to the world? And so with that idea, I went on Amazon, I bought the microphone, bought some camera equipment, and all that stuff. And that microphone that you see in that picture, it's the same microphone that I'm using today, right? And I was like, okay, like worst case scenario, Amazon has a really generous return policy. So if I fail, I'll just return all the stuff, right? So I had a budget of like 1.5 or 2K, bought all the stuff, camera equipment, and I started to make content around teaching people the sales skills that I already knew. And you can see, this is actually the spare bedroom of my parents' house. And you can see, I even bought like these wallpaper on Amazon to make it look like I had a concrete studio wall. Really, it was just a white cheap wall, right? And I just wanted to make it look cool. And, I did my best with what I had, the lights, I put it on my bed and these, all that kind of stuff, right? And so the first month when I started to teach sales content, I remember making $1,000 my first month doing this, right? It was just through selling courses, basically teaching people the skills I already had. And the second month I made another course and I put it out and I made another $1,000. And the next month I put another course, made another $1,000. And by the time, a couple months passed, I was making thousands of dollars teaching the skills that I had already known, but just putting it online. So since then, I've consistently built my personal brand over the past 7 years to achieve, over 300,000 YouTube subscribers, right? 15 million organic views, 1,800 students and clients all across all of my courses, and built multiple 6 figures. And best of all, I can work whenever I want, whenever I want. And I even relocated to Vietnam and permanently live here to start this whole like digital, more nomadic life, which allows me the freedom to travel and live life on my own terms. Because if you think about it, when I actually started creating content, teaching people the tech sales skills that I had at the time, I was no different from any other account executive in the space. Anybody could have done this. Anybody could have picked up the camera, hit the record button, and started to talk about their skills. But the difference at the time was that the only people that, there are very few people that are willing to do it. And I was one of the ones to take advantage of the opportunity. And chances are, whether you have a job or you have some kind of skills or passion, you also have the opportunity to pick up the camera, hit the record button, and start talking about your passions, your interests, and bring value into the world by teaching what you know. And again, there's nothing so special about me. I was just like everybody else, right? The difference is I put in the work and I took a chance on myself. And so now that you kind of understand who I am, let's talk about business models, right? Because there are a lot of business models out there that you can do. And to be honest, they all work to a degree. So what's actually more important is to understand the pros and cons of every single business model out there that you could potentially do online so that you can choose the one that works best for you. Now, it's important to find a business model that you can stick to for the long term, because otherwise you're just going to end up quitting and end up back in the same place at which you started. Now, when I quit my 9 to 5 and went all in building my online business, I really knew nothing about how to get started. And what I realize now is that the most important part of building a business is choosing the right business model. And for my story, which I told you in this video, I basically tried a year, maybe like 5 or 6 different business ideas, all in different models, from, creating Instagram accounts to, matcha ice cream shops to, a lot of different random things, right? And by trying all these models, I have a taste of like what works and what doesn't, and what works better for me, because everything does work. You can make money in anything, but you have to choose the thing that is right for you. Now, I had learned the hard way and tried countless ideas and spent thousands of my own money and my life savings only to end up living in the spare bedroom in my parents' home. So what I want to do for this video is walk you through my thought process on different potential business model opportunities you can explore, and you can decide for yourself what makes the most sense for your unique situation, right? Every person's different. You have your own set of strengths and interests. So don't just do a business model because you heard, someone like me or anybody else talk about it online. Really think critically on what's going to make the most sense for you. When I'm personally looking at choosing a business model, and this is what I also advise my clients, there are 3 main things you have to think about it, right? How easy it is for you to start as a beginner, because I know a lot of you guys might be having a 9 to 5 job and you want to quit, or maybe you're in the beginning stages of your entrepreneurial journey. You want to choose something that is not too difficult, that doesn't take years to master, that you can start getting clients right away. The second thing is, how much competition is there? If certain business models are too competitive, you don't even get a chance to play because you're just getting smoked on day one, right? Now, number 3, how fast is the industry growing so that you can reap the rewards of being early? There are many industries that are growing. For example, the creator economy, more and more, like everybody can become a creator now, right? These are industries where it's just constantly growing, and new entrants, meaning you, can jump on in, take advantage of the opportunity. And even if you're not that good, just the fact that the demand is high and the supply is low, there will be a market for you. Now, when most people try to start a business, they typically run into the same common pitfalls, right? And it's not because they're not smart or not capable. It's just because they lack the information to make the right decisions. Now, the first mistake that people make is that they choose a business model that's going to take too much capital, time, and skill and experience to actually pull off, right? So you might be wondering, okay, well, what exactly makes a good business model? And that's a good question. And the answer is, it's going to depend on what your goals actually are. Now, for this video, some of the variables that we are going to use to determine whether or not a business model is good are going to be these things, right? The first one is how difficult it is. So how easy or hard is it for a beginner to break into this model? The second, capital investment. How much money do you need to actually get started? Number 3, competition. How saturated is this market, and is it a blue ocean or a red ocean? Meaning, is the field wide open where anybody can come in, or is it a space where everybody's like sharking each other and it's just very difficult to get started? Now, the fourth thing, profit margin. How much money are you actually taking home net after all the expenses, right? A lot of times people might say they make a lot of revenue, but what about profit, right? So the common business models that you're going to hear about online all the time are these: drop shipping, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, trading, whether it's crypto, stocks, forex, right? And personal brand. So let's go ahead and go into each one of these to kind of determine if it's a good model for you, or if it's not, what are the pros, what are the cons, and which one should you actually get started with. Now, the first one we'll talk about is going to be dropshipping, right? Now, dropshipping is essentially just selling products online without keeping the stock. And it's basically, you'll create a page and you'll try to sell it by running ads and getting attention, right? People go to your page and people buy. Now, you don't have to hold any of the stock yourself, which is one of the benefits of it, right? Because you're maybe shipping these products from China or something, right? But what are the cons of doing this? Because I'm sure you guys heard this model before. Now, when you're really analyzing drop shipping, the difficulty of drop shipping is very high because you have to learn a lot of skills in order to be successful. The first skill is you have to know how to build websites that convert. Second skill is you have to get attention, meaning you need to know how to run ads and get creators to create content for you, which is basically like running an ad and getting someone to run it on their page. So it's a lot of ads, right? The problem with ads is that it costs money to do. So the startup investment for drop shipping can actually be kind of high because you have to pay money to get the attention. And if your shop doesn't convert and it doesn't make money, then you're literally burning money in order to just play the game. And that's why a lot of people fail. And even if you find a winning product, people are just going to copy you right away. So your profit margin goes down right away too. So competition is very high. Dropshipping has been around for a while. And it's just like people at this point have like these machines and systems to constantly churn out, stores every single day. So how are you going to compete with that, right? And because, if you're starting out and you're doing it the beginner way, your profit margin is probably going to be very low because you're not going to know how to source products. You're not going to know how to, work with the factories in China. There's a lot of skill gaps that you have, and in the end, what is your profit margin? Like 5%, 10%? And it's like you have to get so much revenue in order to make something so small. Now let's talk about Amazon FBA, right? Kind of similar to dropshipping, but not really. So Amazon FBA is when you're basically creating products and selling them on Amazon using Amazon storage facilities. So you don't have to, have your own warehouse, but because you don't have to have your own warehouse, Amazon is going to take a big cut out of your profits, right? So let's look at the business model and analyze this. Difficulty of Amazon, very high. There's like seasoned professionals that been in the game for 10 plus years and they're just like dominating in every category, and they're also creating constantly new products like every single day, right? So how are you going to compete with that? Startup investment, very high because you have to go to the factories. I got a lot of friends who have to, stay up late on the phone, talk to the factories in China and make all these random products they don't even care about and like try to make profit on that, right? It's very grueling. Competition, extremely high. People copy you, people try to like get your listings taken down. It's a shark infested environment, 100%. Profit margin can be very low because when after the cost of everything from Amazon to creating the products itself, all the marketing that you have to do to even get attention and the 5-star reviews and all that kind of stuff, it's hard to make money on Amazon. Now people can be successful, but it's not easy, And the problem with both dropshipping and Amazon FBA is that you're constantly searching for like these random products that you don't even care about, right? I see people all the time, I'm going to go into the beauty niche or I'm going to make lunch boxes. Like you have no passion for this. It's just because you saw on some tool that, hey, this is a winning product that you want to get into it. And then what ends up happening when you have no passion and love for what you do and you're not making much money, you're just going to quit. That's how most people end up, right? And the moment, let's say you find a winning product, right? Everybody's going to start copying you. They're going to innovate on what you've done, and the profit margin gets thinner and thinner and thinner real quick. So it becomes a very grueling type of business. Now let's talk about another popular business model, which is affiliate marketing, right? And that's essentially when you're just promoting somebody else's product online to earn a commission every time somebody buys. Now, difficulty is not going to be as hard as physical products like Shopify and Amazon FBA, so benefits there for sure, right? Medium difficulty, but you still have to learn the skills of marketing, writing ads and all the building funnels and that kind of stuff, right? Startup investment, medium, right? Because we're not dealing with physical products anymore. Another person deals with all of that. You're just trying to get the sale. Competition for affiliate marketing is actually very high because people have been doing internet affiliate marketing for decades at this point, right? And so a lot of times the very good products that make a lot of money, people are already so tapped in, they know how to sell it. And so you have to compete against them. So competition is very high. And the profit margin is going to depend, right? Depending on the product you're selling, the competition in that space, how much the ads are going to cost at the time. So it's not that bad. You can still make money on it, but you're basically selling another person's product. You're not really doing your own thing, and it's almost like you're kind of contracting or freelancing for another person essentially, right? Now, trading is another one that's going to be popular, especially with crypto blowing up these days, okay? Now, trading is when you're buying and selling assets or stocks, commodities, crypto. The goal is really to make a profit, right? Buy low, sell high. Now, despite what people may try to make you believe online, 95% of all traders actually lose money. So think about that. So the difficulty of trading is very high, right? Startup investment to trade, very high as well, because you have to invest your own money, take the chance in order to make money. If you want to use leverage and borrow money, you might get cleaned out, liquidated, and lose everything you have. I personally know a lot of friends that lost everything because they were too greedy and they got liquidated and they traded on leverage. Competition for trading, it's the most competitive space there can be, right? Because it's like you're just clicking buttons to make money. So it's going to attract all the smart sharks that are going to take your money. That's why 95% of people lose, right? Profit margin depends. Maybe you might get lucky and buy some kind of token and it goes big, but majority of the tokens go to zero anyways, right? And so that's why trading is one of the most difficult opportunities there are. I've tried a lot of these business models during my entrepreneurial journey, and personally for me, the one that I would personally recommend to all my friends is this: building a personal brand and selling digital products and services, right? Which is going to be very different from all the other models that I just spoke on. So why am I so bullish on this business model, especially moving into the future? Well, the key word here is going to be digital, right? Which will allow you to work from anywhere you want in the world on your own time, meaning you're selling digital products and services online. All you need is a laptop, a camera, an internet connection, and you can get started. And this is essentially where you're monetizing your skills, knowledge, and experience online and basically making money from what you know and how you can help others. Now, this can take the form of many different ways, right? It could be coaching, it could be consulting, online courses and programs and these cohorts, digital templates, PDFs, many different ways to sell these digital products and services, right? Now, this is the exact model that I personally use in my business today. And you might be wondering, okay, well, what does this all exactly mean? And so let me break it down for you step by step. So the world is changing, right? And people don't want to buy from faceless companies anymore. They want to buy from real people like you and I. And which is why you're going to see this insane rise of business people, celebrities, and even everyday regular people like you and me just starting to build their personal brands online, whether it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, it doesn't matter where they're building it. We're all building our personal brands because that is where the future is going. So if you look at some of the most notable figures today, Elon Musk, Mr. Beast, Alex Hormozi, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and the list goes on and on. They all have these billion-dollar companies behind them, which is where the money is made. But the face, the front of it, there is always a personal brand. There is always, the CEO that is going to go on the podcast, going to be talking about the company, because that attracts talent, that it gets attention, and that's how they make money. This, whether you're a small person, solo entrepreneur to, these giant multi-billion-dollar companies, the personal brand and connecting with another person is going to be huge, right? Now, because when you have a personal brand, people are going to trust you, and you can essentially start any type of business as long as you have that trust and attention. So if Elon Musk decides to start a new business tomorrow, I'm pretty sure he can raise billions of dollars and just do it just like that, because there's so many people that follow him and trust him and believe in whatever his vision is. If he says, we're going to go to, Saturn, there's probably people going to invest billions of dollars into a rocket in order to get to the next planet, beyond Mars, right? And that's just the power of the brand. Now, but it's not enough just to get views and get people to know who you are. The important part is that once you get the views and attention, you need to convert those views into dollars, right? You don't want to be a broke influencer. You want to actually make money. So now you might be wondering, okay, well, how, the idea of a personal brand is pretty cool, but what's the best way to actually monetize a personal brand, right? Especially if you're just getting started. And in my opinion, the best business to start with a personal brand, especially if you are just starting out, is going to be selling digital products and services. And what that means is that you're packaging your skills, your knowledge and experience into products and services you can deliver online. And when I started my online journey, I took the skills that I learned from my tech sales job and I just taught it online in the form of online courses and coaching. And it's possible to take any skill and knowledge and experience that you gained over your life and package it in a way where it brings value into somebody's life. You don't have to be an expert, right? You don't need 10 years of experience. You just need to be one step ahead of the person that you're helping. Now, let me give you some examples of what you can do to sell digital services, right? So let me first kind of explain what digital service is all about, right? A digital service is essentially when you are selling some kind of service that you provide online, right? So you don't have to go there in person and train the whole team or whatever it is. You can do it online in the internet. I'm making this video from Vietnam and you're probably watching it from places around the world, right? It's all about doing things online. So when you're selling a digital service, you can do these services, whether it's coaching, consulting, agency work, freelancing, any type of labor that you do for a client, you can do it online nowadays, right? And so when you're monetizing your personal brand, you're like, okay, a couple things I could do. I can coach, I can consult, I can teach, I can share what's in my head and knowledge, package it into a product, a course or something, and help somebody out. I can also provide the services and do the work for them in the comfort of my own home, right? So some examples of digital services is helping people get a high-paying tech sales job. I got clients that do that. It could be coaching people on how to become the #1 sales rep at their company. People will pay money for these skill sets, right? Also, if you're doing work for somebody, it could be building out a client's marketing funnel, their websites and email campaigns and all those kind of things, right? These are things that can be done online. Now, this works in practically any niche in any industry, whether it's accounting, gaming, project management, travel recommendations. As long as you have some kind of knowledge and you can do some work, you can provide value into the market. And there are going to be people out there that are willing and able to pay for your help no matter what industry you're in. Now let's talk about digital products real quick, right? A digital product is essentially just a product that you're selling online. That could be something like an online course, a PDF, an ebook, a Notion template, right? These are all digital products. And digital products are powerful because you only have to make it once and you can sell it forever. I have some courses, right, that I've made 7 years ago and they still make thousands of dollars every month till this day. And that was such a long time ago, I even forgot about it. But because it provides value into the world and people still buy it on their own without me even having to talk to them, I'm just printing money every single month, right? Now, in the beginning, when you're thinking about, okay, like creating these digital products and services, you're going to want to start with services typically because it's much easier to sell something for $1,000 to $10,000 to provide some kind of service for someone, whether it's coaching or consulting or helping somebody with their funnels, right? You can charge thousands of dollars for this and offer these services online. Now, once you do get clients and they get results, you can then scale whatever you did for that client into a digital product, right? For example, if you were doing a tech sales bootcamp where you're, on the phone with somebody every week to teach them on how to write their resume, how to interview, all that kind of stuff, so they can get a high-paying tech sales job, you can turn that bootcamp into an online course, an info product, and you can just sell it to the future students so that you don't have to yourself go on every single call. They can watch the videos and still get the same value. Now, you can also potentially offer a hybrid, right? Where there's an online course and then there's a group coaching available for all your students as well. And you put them all together in a group. And then, there's that human element, that coaching element, but your time is much more scalable because no matter how many students you enroll, if you're doing group coaching once a week, whether you have 100 students or 1,000 students, it's literally just like 2 hours of your time per week coaching everybody at the same time, right? So that's essentially how you can combine digital products and digital services, put it together to create something of a hybrid, something unique, and scale your business, right? Now, the limitation to this is really just your creativity and imagination. You can do pure digital products, you can do pure services online, you combine the two. It really just depends on what value you want to bring into the market and how you want to be different. You can easily see, like, if you're charging, let's say, like $3,000 per client to help them, get a high-paying tech sales job, for example, you would only really need like 3 clients to make more than $10,000 profit per year, right? And that's very different from like Amazon FBA, Shopify, and all these kind of things, because for those kind of businesses, you have to sell so much volume to make $10,000 per month. The profit margin is so low, and it's just a headache to deal with all these like inventory and things like that. Even with affiliate marketing, you still have to sell a lot of different things in order to get to 10K per month. But with selling digital products and services, if you're really charging these high ticket prices, like $1,000 to $10,000, right, per client, you only need a few to actually get to that $10,000 per month goal. One of my clients he actually started working with me, and in a couple of weeks, he actually launched his own mastermind, right? He saw what I was doing. He basically was, I want to do that too. And, he's been like, he has 600 followers. So when he gets people on the phone to sell him, his show up rate is 90%, his close rate 80%, LOL, and he only has 600 followers. So even if you don't even have 1,000 followers, you can still get people on the phone and close them, because if you're one step ahead of them and they want to be like you can actually help them out. Now, monetizing your personal brand, right? Services, coaching, consulting, selling digital products. And not only that, but when you have attention and the following, you're going to get all these brands coming at you, whether it's like, for me, it's a lot of software companies, right? And they'll be like, hey, Patrick, we love your content. We want to do sponsorship deals, right? And so you can actually make money just helping promote other people. And it's easy, right? It's like literally free money by just making a video that you would already talk about, and you just kind of insert the brand in there. So when you have that personal brand, there's so many different ways to monetize that you can choose. You can try different things, see what works, but at the end of the day, it only works because you have the attention and you have that personal brand. Now, the key to successfully selling digital products and services is that your personal brand is what's gonna make you unique, right? Because anybody can go out and copy your products and services, but they can never be you. There's a saying for coaches, right? People don't buy the coaching, they buy the coach, right? They want to work with that specific person. And to create that feeling, that uniqueness that makes you stand out from everybody else, you got to have a personal brand so people fall in love with you, your story, and buy into whatever it is you're selling, right? Now, think about this. How do people in today's time make purchasing decisions? It's probably like this. You go on YouTube, you watch a video, the algorithm shows you someone's content, right? You're like, oh, wow, that's pretty sick. I was looking for that. And then you go on that person's website, maybe you go on their LinkedIn, you follow them, and then eventually you end up conversing with them, right? Whether it's in the DMs or something like that, or they call you if they have your information. And then from there, they're going to book a call where, you're going to see if it makes sense to work together, right? So at that call, once the sales rep or the person says like, hey man, like, this is what we do. Are you interested? You'll be like, yeah, I'll think about it. And then after the call, you might go on YouTube, watch a couple more of their videos and be like, you know what? This guy's like pretty legit. I think I'm going to go on with it. And then you go back to the sales rep and you're like, okay, man, let's go. We're really good to go, right? And so this is the modern day buyer's journey. It's not like people just like watch an ad, go on a sales call and buy anymore. They want to watch your content. And sometimes it takes months for somebody to buy. They just keep watching your content, getting value. And to the point they're like, okay, you know what? This guy has given me so much value from the content he's putting out. Obviously, it's trustworthy and I can see other people succeeded doing what I want to do. Why not go with this program, right? And this is the way people buy today. And this is just how business is going to be done in the new digital age, right? It's not only based on referrals anymore. It's not about who's in your local area. You need to start looking at the business world as an online environment where you can sell to the entire world. Now let's go ahead and use these business model analysis of the personal brand, right? So building a personal brand is really building your online reputation by creating organic content like YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram, things like that, and monetizing by selling digital products and services like we talked about. So is this a good opportunity? Well, let's dive in. The difficulty of building a personal brand these days is very low because the algorithms, especially on YouTube, if that's what you want to do, it's so good now that even if you have 0 subscribers and you post a video, if that piece of content is good, they will recommend it to thousands of people. I've seen my clients get thousands of views starting from nothing because of the changes. If you were to start 5 years ago on YouTube when I started, it was so hard to get views. I would be getting like 30 views, 50 views, 30 views, like for the first few videos. But now, because of the way the algorithm is and YouTube wants to support, and all platforms want to support small creators, it's more than easier to get attention. Startup investment to build a personal brand, literally nothing. If you have an iPhone, right, and you have a decent microphone, that's enough for you to get started. You don't need any fancy equipment. You don't have to buy, equipment for a whole studio like I do. You can literally start with your iPhone because this day and age, using the sunlight, your iPhone, decent, audio quality, that's enough to actually get started and get your first 1,000 subscribers, right? Now, competition for this, it's very low. Think about it. Like even for like tech sales, because I'm following that niche really closely, right? There's not even a lot of creators. There's like thousands of like, let's say tech sales people in the world, but there's only like less than 10 creators on the entire YouTube platform. Even still, it's been like 5 years since I started. So in every single niche that I'm looking at, whether it's marketing, project management, personal finance, productivity, the competition is actually much lower than you think, and the demand for people looking for authentic creators is at an all-time high. That's why like this day and age, you're seeing like your friends or anybody you knew from school become a creator because now is the time. It's more than possible than ever. The profit margin for selling digital products and services is extremely high because if you're charging thousands of dollars for a high-ticket client, it doesn't cost you anything to do the work. You just have to like put in some time to do the work, right? Or if you're selling an online course, you only have to make it once and you sell it forever. So profit margin's high. So when we look at this business model, we compare it to Amazon FBA, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, trading, you can see why this is one of the most business model that is attractive for today's environment. And look, some of my clients, they literally start with no following, and this is a message that she sent me, right? She says, I closed 2 4-figure clients by helping them get a high-paying tech sales job while working my 9 to 5. Not bad for my first month. Now, this person has been crushing it. Even if they have a high-paying tech sales jobs themselves, they wanted to create their own side hustle and help people get a similar job that they got, and they can have dual income, right? This day and age, like everyone is working for themselves, right? And eventually, once the side hustle becomes much more massive, then they can make the complete jump and go at it full time, right? Now that you understand the power of building your personal brand and selling digital products and services and why it's one of the best business models out there, let's talk about the simplest way for you to get started now. Now, I've helped a lot of people escape their 9 to 5 to build their own personal brands and monetize their skills, knowledge, and experiences. And the most common excuses I hear are, I'm not an expert at anything. I'm not good at making content. I don't know what to sell, right? Now, when it comes to building a personal brand and selling digital products and services, you don't actually need to be an expert. What you need to be is one step ahead of the person you're helping. Now, when I first started making videos in the spare bedroom in my parents' house, as you can see here, nobody said I was an expert. I didn't have a fancy studio or anything like that. I just did it. And I did have around 2 years of sales experience, right? So technically I was ahead of the people who were beginners, obviously, right? And because of the way I teach it, I bring a lot of value into the market. Now, when you're getting started, here's the thing. The way to go about choosing what type of content you should create to build your personal brand, and also what kind of products and services you should be selling, is this. You want to be reflecting on your unique set of skills, experiences you've accumulated throughout your entire life, right? Understand that you don't have to be an expert with 10 plus years of experience. I was teaching sales, I was teaching classes in sales 6 months into my job at Oracle, to be honest, right? And really the game is you just need to be a couple steps ahead of who you're helping. So let's go ahead and get into the Founder X 3-step flywheel so I can show you the framework you can use to build your own online business and personal brand. Now, really, there's only going to be 3 steps you need when it comes to building and monetizing your personal brand. And it's simpler than you might think. The first step of the flywheel is going to be your offer, right? And now a lot of people may misunderstand what exactly an offer is, so let's go ahead and define it. The first step of building a profitable personal brand is actually not creating content, which, might be contrary to what you may believe. It's starting with a clear offer, because when you have a clear and compelling offer, you can start monetizing your personal brand in your first week. I have clients where I worked with where after 1 or 2 weeks of joining the Founder X program, they were able to get their first clients even if they had less than 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, right? And literally no online presence. How is that possible? Well, it's because they had a good offer. But what exactly is the good offer? Well, an offer is essentially understanding what you're selling and who you're selling to. For example, I'm helping people break into getting a high-paying tech sales job, right? It's very clear. Now, most people are going to get stuck when they're building an offer because they're unclear on what they want to do, how they want to bring value into the world, and who they're actually targeting. So you want to just make sure that the offer that you're selling aligns with your unique personal interests and skills. Similar for me, when I started, instead of trying these random businesses, I was like, why don't I just teach tech sales skills, because I'm pretty good at that, right? Tapping into your unfair advantages. Now, to create the perfect offer that uniquely fits your set of skills and personality, we're going to use a Japanese concept called the Ikigai. Now, an Ikigai is really just a simple Japanese concept that people use to find their reason for being, right? Their purpose in life. And so this is essentially the Ikigai. All you're really doing is figuring out what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. And you're finding the intersection of all these things, right? Because if you're doing something you love and you're good at it, but it doesn't make money, you cannot build a career out of it, right? But if you're doing something for the money and you don't love it and you're not good at it, then it's gonna be a hard time. So you wanna find the intersection of all these things. Now, an Ikigai is very powerful for personal branding because when you're on camera or you're writing content, you have to do this like every day, right? You have to do something that you love, that you're passionate about, and you would even do it for free. But the fact that you found a market that's willing to pay money for your advice, that makes it so much more worth it, right? And so once you find the intersection of all these 4 things, then you can begin with creating your offer. Now, when you are creating an offer, it's also important to really think about if you're able to find your ideal customers online who are able and willing to buy your products and services. So let me give you some offer examples I've helped build for my clients through the Founder X program. So one of my clients, I help people transition from their dead-end jobs into a fulfilling, high-paying tech sales job, right? This is something that she loves to do. She did it herself. She's passionate about it. She can create content about this, and it's very valuable because people will pay for this knowledge. Another client, I help beginner video editors level up their skills and land high-paying commercial clients. Very clear example of who would be an ideal customer for this, right? Video editors that want to make more money, obviously. Another one of my clients, I help creators to produce high-quality content at scale using AI writing systems, right? Because a lot of creators out there, they want to be everywhere, but they just don't have the manpower to create all this content. But if they can use AI, right, using one of my clients' systems, then it's going to be so much easier, right? So these are examples of offers that people are willing to pay for. Now, building a personal brand and selling digital products and services, literally it works in any type of industry niche, right? It's not just only in sales and marketing. Anything you can think of, there is a market for it. And again, it can take the form of coaching, consulting, and online courses as you scale. Now, the second step when it comes to the founder flywheel is going to be generating leads, okay? And what exactly is a lead? Leads are people who may be potentially interested in your product and service, right? They could be warm, they come to you because they see your content, or it could be cold where, you're reaching out to them. Now, your personal brand is going to be attracts the leads, and it's going to make selling so much easier, especially if you're reaching out to them, right? Like when I go on a sales call and people have watched my content for years, of course, they're going to want to work with me because they've been a fan. They've been getting so much value from the content, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. The type of leads you want to attract will determine the type of content you want to create for your personal brand. Now, to attract the right leads for your business, you need to create content that inspires and solve your ideal customers' problems. And for me, on my YouTube channel, I talk about sales, marketing, personal branding, and really how to build an online business. And I also make this type of content with the intentions to inspire people and show them what's possible and to really unlock that dog in them, right? To show them that they can actually do it. And a lot of times people are not confident in themselves, so I got to bring it out of them in order for them to start their own businesses, right? And my bread and butter is personally going to be YouTube and LinkedIn. But for you, you can choose any platform that makes sense for your ideal customer. And a lot of you guys might even want to do YouTube and LinkedIn as well, right? But it really just depends on your skill sets. Do you want to be on camera or do you want to write more? It all depends. So let me give you an example of how this works when it comes to building your personal brand. And I'll use myself as an example, which allows me and my team to generate countless meetings per month, right? So if I make it, obviously on YouTube is one of my, bread and butters, right? If I make a video on how to get clients on LinkedIn, how to build a personal brand, how to turn any skill into, 10K a month business, obviously you can understand what type of person I'm trying to attract. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, you are that type of person. I'm looking for people who want to get clients. I'm looking for people who want to build a personal brand. I'm looking for people who want to take what they have in their head and the skills that they have and sell it into the world as an online product and digital service, right? And so all I have to do is keep making this type of content. People will watch, and then eventually they get on the phone with me or one of my team members, and then the selling process begins. Now, I also do LinkedIn, right? So what is the process of LinkedIn? I create a piece of content, I get a lot of profile views, engagement, connection requests, right? And basically anyone that looks interesting to me on LinkedIn, we'll DM them. We'll have a conversation with them to see if it's a good fit for them to join the Founder X program. And then we use this, specific bulletproof DM sales framework as we talk to them. We qualify the person. If they're qualified to, work with us, we send them a calendar link to talk to my team or myself, right? And so whether it's LinkedIn or YouTube, there's always a way to convert that view into a call, or even you can sell them in a DM as well. And then that view basically turns into clients, right? Because it's not enough just to get views. You got to have a way to convert these views into dollars. Now, the crazy part of this all is that you can actually close clients this way without any website, without any automations, nothing fancy, right? A lot of the clients I work with, the ones I've been telling you about throughout this whole video, they're getting their clients literally just using a Google Sheet for the CRM, no automations, a calendar link, and that's it. Right? And they can get clients because they're just providing a service for somebody, right? Or a digital service to someone or a digital product. And you don't really need anything fancy. You don't really need anything fancy. The startup cost is very low. And I've even had, like I was mentioning, my coaching clients, close their first high ticket deals in a matter of weeks using the strategies that I'm telling you about, right? Now, I've had my coaching clients close their first high ticket deals in a matter of weeks with this strategy. And the crazy part of it all is that you do not need a big following to do this, right? Some of my clients literally have like 600 followers and they're still closing these high ticket clients. Like for me, right? If you're watching my YouTube channel, yeah, I generate, millions of views at this point, and I have leads, constantly coming to me, right? Which is the result of years and years of doing YouTube. But the reality is you can do it too. You would be surprised of how quickly you can become an expert in your field by just sharing your opinion about the market, sharing your opinion about what's going on, and just providing value into the world. So now that we understand how you can find and attract clients, let's get into how you can actually secure the deal and turn them into real high-paying clients. And this actually leads us to the step number 3 of the founder flywheel, which is going to be sales, right? Converting that view into dollars. So what is sales anyways? Now, I've thought about this a lot, and I come to the conclusion that sales is really just the transfer of belief. So let me explain. So when I teach sales, right, I typically use this diagram because it's the simplest way I can explain it. This guy over here is going to represent your prospect, your potential customer, right? And typically, if you're doing any type of coaching, consulting, or courses, this person has a problem. That's why your videos popped up in the algorithm for them, right? Because they're looking for a solution. So let's say they're looking for a high-paying tech sales job, right? But they're not sure how to do it. They're applying, nobody's, responding to them, and they're just failing. Their dream is to get, let's say, a high-paying tech sales job, but they're just not sure how to do it. So how are they going to get to the other side? But to get to the other side, there's going to be all these challenges, right? I don't know how to do my resume. I don't know how to interview. I don't know how to get people's attention, all these kind of problems, right? And for me, for Founder X, let's say, the pain is, if you're watching this, you want to build your personal brand. You want to make content. You want to make money, signing clients. You want to quit your 9-to-5 job. That is the pain. And you want to get to the other side of, I want freedom, I want to travel, I want to make money on my own terms, I want to be my own boss. But the challenges are, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get started. What if I waste money? What if I fail? I'm going to look stupid, right? So how is it that we're going to get you to the other side? So whatever it is, whatever content you're creating and whatever programs you are selling, your goal is basically to act as the bridge to show them like, hey, look, man, I understand your pains. I know what you're going through. I've been through the same thing myself. Here's what I've done to get to the other side. And because I've done it, I created a bulletproof system that you can essentially just copy and do it for yourself. And so when I say sales is really just a transfer of belief, what I'm really saying is that if you genuinely and truly can help your ideal customer, achieve their dreams, right? And help them out of a painful situation, right? And you believe that from the bottom of your heart, sales is really just helping them believe that what you believe is true. Because if they like you as a person and they believe what you say, why wouldn't they pay for your services if you can actually get them to where they want to go? It's not sleazy, it's not slimy, you're not pushing anything down anyone's throat. It's like, look, man, I understand your problem. I know where you want to go. I did this myself. I helped other people do it. I think I might be able to help you do the same. You want to talk about it. And that's really all it is, right? So when you're coming from the perspective of helping people get to where they already want to go, selling doesn't feel sleazy or slimy, and it really just becomes effortless, right? You're just helping them out, especially when you're building your personal brand, because your brand really does half the selling for you. You're creating content, like solving problems. They're already like halfway solved by the time you get on the phone with the person and they're like, oh man, I've been watching your content. I really love your stuff. I want to just see like how we can work together. That's typically what happens when you have a strong personal brand. So when we look at this founder flywheel, right, and we show it in this kind of diagram, building your profitable personal brand starts with an offer. Find a digital product and service you can sell, understand, what type of person you want to connect with, right? When it comes to generating leads, that's when it comes to creating the content, creating content on YouTube, DMing people, reaching out to people, getting people interested in your offer, getting them on the phone and trying to sell them. And then sales is that when you're on the phone, how do we actually convert them from a viewer to a call to closing the deal? And then once you close deals and you start delivering on these services, you'll figure out like, oh, there's a better way to deliver on these services. And so you make your offer better. When your offer is better, you get client results. You can make more YouTube videos about how you help that person. Your videos will get more views because you become more credible. More people come on the call, you close them, and the cycle comes on and on and on, and you just get better at what you do, right? As you can see, these are the only 3 things you need to know when it comes to building your personal brand, which is why I say it's beginner friendly. You don't have to learn all these different skill sets. You can do this without any automations, without, you don't even need a website in order to do this, right? That's how easy it is. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, how exactly can you take advantage of this opportunity? Well, from here, you really have 2 paths that you can take. The first path is actually try to figure it out on your own with what you've already learned here, right? And the thing is, if you do try to figure it out on your own, it might take months or even years to figure it out. In the long run, you might actually end up wasting more time, wasting more energy. And, when you are doing things alone, the chances of you failing and actually hitting a brick wall and quitting are significantly higher compared to if you actually had help. Now, path number 2 is going to be for people who want to get support from someone who has already done what you want to do, and also support from an entrepreneurial community of like-minded founders. And so what exactly does that mean? Because when you are learning from people that have already done what you want to do, this really allows you to speed up the process and gives you a shortcut and cheat codes so that you can take advantage of this personal brand megatrend that's happening right now, where almost every niche has very little competition, which allows you to dominate because you are early. Now, this is exactly why I created Founder X Pro, which is going to be the ultimate community membership program that's going to teach you how to build your personal brand and monetize your skills, knowledge, and experiences. Whether you're working a 9-to-5 right now and looking to build your own profitable business, or if you already started building your business but you need help building your personal brand and signing new clients, Founder X is going to be designed to help you build your own irresistible offer so that you can start selling things and more of it right away. It's going to help you generate leads for your personal brand and also give you the strategies to reach out to people organically to get them on a call. And lastly, we're also going to teach you how to sell your digital products and services for high ticket prices. Now, one of our clients, we'll call him T for now, he basically started with me, and in a couple of weeks, he struck a deal with an agency owner to train his agents in the first 2 weeks of working with me for more than 10K plus. and he literally just put his leave of absence for his 9-to-5 job, right? So if you're in a 9-to-5 job and you're looking to generate an income quickly, this is something that may be of interest to you. Now, when you're building a personal brand with a community and experts who have already done what you want to do, the process is going to be much quicker and may be even cheaper when you think about it in the long run, right? Because clearly having a proven process you can follow step by step takes the guesswork out of starting your own business, right? You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're just following the process, a proven process that works. And sometimes just hearing one piece of advice from the right person at the right time can change everything for you. Now, the first thing to understand about the Founder X Pro program, which is what we're talking about today, is that it's not just a simple course. It's a complete results-driven membership program designed for founders, which includes courses, templates, community, coaching, and accountability. So when it comes to building your personal brand and starting your online business, here's the thing. The most challenging aspects of getting started is this. You might be confused on what your business idea should be, what your niche is, who is your ideal client, and even what you should be selling. It's also difficult to start things up and create content consistently to build a following online. You might also have challenges reaching out to people, getting them on calls so that you can actually sell them on a meeting. And finally, it may be also difficult for you to actually close these clients and get paid for what you're worth, right? So these are typically the challenges I see most people have when it comes to building their personal brands and starting an online business. Now, to solve some of these challenges, here's what you'll be learning in the Founder X Pro program. First of all, we're going to be diving deep into offer creation, and that is finding your unique, profitable business idea based on your unique skills and interests and passions. We're going to help you create your own irresistible offer so that you can start selling it into the market as soon as possible. Some of my clients have gotten results literally 8 days after signing up into the program. We're also going to give you a pricing calculator, which allows you to figure out what prices you should be charging for your services and digital products. And this is going to include all types of workbooks for you to get started and get clarity on your offer, PDFs and templates to make it as dead simple as possible to create an irresistible offer that the market is going to love. Now, the next thing we're going to cover is going to be building your personal brand and creating content online. And this is where you're going to learn how to create high performing content, whether it's video content like I'm doing on YouTube or written content as well. We're also going to give you the content strategies you need to know to grow on platforms like YouTube and LinkedIn and other social media platforms as well. Not only that, but we're going to show you how to leverage AI to create high quality content at scale, because you definitely don't want to be starting from a blank sheet of paper. You want to be leveraging all the latest technology to speed up the process and create the best possible quality content as possible. Even for our business, we're using AI all the time when it comes to the YouTube videos and the content on LinkedIn. We're also going to give you our content calendar template and content strategy guide so that it will be dead simple for you to figure out what type of content you should be making, how much content you should be making, how often you should post, so we take the guesswork out of creating content and building your personal brand. Now, the next thing you're going to learn is going to be the marketing and funnels. So this is where you're going to learn how to build a high converting sales page, funnels, and also show you how to maximize the conversions and optimization for these funnels so that when people land on your website, they're actually clicking the right things, entering their information so that they eventually book a call with you. And we're going to give you our copy and paste templates and checklists so that you can literally just steal everything that we have in the templates and apply it for yourself so you can get started right away. We're also going to give you our email marketing strategies when it comes to how to outreach people via email once you get their information, giving you all the templates so it's easy for you to do, and also the follow-up templates for you to send to them so that they book calls with you. We're also going to support you when it comes to teaching you how to set up the tech. We're also going to give you the step-by-step guides to collect payments effortlessly so that you can start closing clients and get paid right away. Additional things that you're going to be learning in Founder X Pro is going to be the cold outreach templates. So I'm going to give you some of my best LinkedIn outreach templates. So when you reach out to people cold, the chances of them responding is going to be way higher when you're using templates that work. We're going to give you some of my best cold email outreach templates as well. So when you cold email people, you know exactly what to do, what to say, and how to follow up, as well as our cold calling scripts in case you want to call into companies. Now, we're also going to show you how to use AI to write these high converting outreach campaigns. Of course, I'm going to give you the templates, but when you're combining that with AI to speed up the process, it's going to be a breeze for you in order to write these emails. Now, the next thing you're going to learn is going to be the setting and closing. So you're going to learn how to consistently set up meetings with your dream clients with our outreach templates. Also our templates when it comes to selling people over the DMs. We ourselves set up a lot of meetings on our LinkedIn DM. So I'm going to show you our exact process so that you can copy and paste it into your business using our scripts and templates. We're also going to show you exactly how to close from the moment you shake someone's hand or meet them online all the way to closing the deal. So you're going to get our bulletproof closing scripts and frameworks so that you can start closing clients right away. Not only that, but if you're looking to also build a community, right? If you're selling info products and courses in the future, then we're going to show you how to build a community, a thriving, engaged community, and give you some of our best templates and checklists for you to do that. Not only will we give you the course, the templates, the checklist, everything you need to know when it comes to building your personal brand and monetizing your skills, knowledge, and experience, but when you join the FounderX Pro program, you're getting access to an entire community as well as coaching and support. So this is why we're offering weekly group coaching calls with myself and my team. This is where you're going to get direct coaching from myself, Patrick Dang, and my team who helps me with all the content, the sales, and everything that we need to run our business. And we're going to show you exactly what we're doing to grow our business so that you can use it for yourself and that knowledge and that information to build your personal brand and grow your business. And you're going to get all the latest up-to-date information on all the top strategies that are working today. And on these coaching calls, you're going to get all your questions answered from experts like myself and my team who have already done what you want. So you definitely do not want to miss out on this because it's that weekly group coaching that keeps you accountable every single week and really just gets you unstuck and motivated so that you can keep pushing forward to build the business of your dream. And not only do you get their weekly group coaching, but we also have an entire community of founders across the world doing something similar and all going in the same direction of building personal brands, creating content, and monetizing. So you're going to get access to all our members so that you can reach out to them, become friends with them, and connect. You can also get coaching support from my team as well. So if you have any type of questions, you just send it in the community group, and then the community and myself and my team will help answer you so that you will get all your questions answered. So there will be no mystery on exactly what you should be doing to grow your business, right? Now, so if you look at the FounderX Pro program from a high level perspective, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the FounderX Pro curriculum, which includes the video courses, the templates, the worksheets, and the copy and paste funnels, and the content calendars. You're next going to get the FounderX group coaching, which happens every single week, and you're going to be coached directly with me because I'm always on the calls, my team as well, and you're going to be up to date with all the latest information and strategies on what's working today. And next, you're going to get the FounderX community and support, which I just mentioned before, which is getting access to our entire global community of entrepreneurs who are doing something similar to what you're doing, so you don't have to feel like you're doing this alone. And I'm in the community as well. My team is in the community, and we're going to be supporting you all the way through your journey. So what you want to do is click the link in the description of this video to go on our website where we're going to have additional free trainings for you to learn more about the FounderX Pro program and our entire methodology. So once you go through this free training to see if this is the right fit for you, you'll be able to book a call directly with the FounderX team to see if it makes sense to work with each other. Now, our goal for the call is really just to learn more about you, learn more about what your goals are and where you are in your career, and really see if it makes sense to work together. Because at the end of the day, all we're trying to see if there's a fit to see if we can help you accomplish the goals that you set out for yourself by shortcutting you, by giving you all the tools, resources, templates, courses, and accountability to help you grow your business. Whether you're still in a 9-to-5 or if you already started your business, we would love to hear from you. So make sure to click the link in the description to go on our website to learn more about the FounderX program. Now, if you're still watching this here and you are not on our website yet, and you're a little bit hesitant to book a call, let me share something with you. When I had started out, especially when I graduated from school, I always had a dream to work online and be able to travel the world while inspiring others, right? Building a business that I can be truly passionate about. And if I never took the chance on myself, I would literally still be stuck here in my 9-to-5, going into the office in my little cubicle every day. And life was not meant to be lived in a little cubicle, as you know. But because I took a chance on myself and got started, even though I started with 0 subscribers, filming videos in the spare bedroom in my parents' home, right? But I just got started, right? And nobody knew who I was back then, but I did take the chance on myself. And because of that, I was able to make my vision a reality of being able to move out of California, to move to Vietnam and Asia, to build an online business that allows me to work from anywhere I want in the world, gives me the freedom to travel anywhere I want at any time without asking permission from anybody, and really just, live a life full of freedom. So I encourage you to at least give yourself the opportunity to learn about what's possible, because one decision made at the right time with the right person can literally change everything for you.